Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another Marvel Rivals cast. I am Tetcher. We're doing high-level ranked games for Marvel Rivals until we get to the MRC times, where we'll be covering that every day as best we can. Video a day reminder, we're trying to get to 5,000 subs, at which point I will be starting to stream again on Twitch. We are currently at 4,951, meaning 49 left until I will be streaming once again. I will also be streaming on YouTube sometimes, not as often as I will be on Twitch, so make sure to follow on Twitch if you want to jump in and enjoy some of the games I'll be doing, including some viewer casts and stuff like that. Also a reminder, like, comment, subscribe, support me in all the things I do. Help me fight the algorithm and help this channel grow. As with the patch changing all the YouTube stuff, we did get absolutely bodied. Also a big shout out to our members, because we have a new one for me to give a shout out to. Big shout out to our members, with the new one being Puff Mendilli. I assume I'm pronouncing that right. Apologies if not. Roshula, Dogi Pokey, and John. Thank you for your support in helping keep the channel alive. For now, though, let's talk about our game. I was gone for a couple days because I went to a friend's to watch WrestleMania. That was a long drive, 4 hours there, 6 hours back. So the leaderboard has changed quite a bit, but we still have some very familiar names for you today with some of the top players. We're going to be jumping in. It is Yggdrasil Path, and we are heading in for this one-game series. We got some familiar names here. The not real TimTheTatman, an imposter, but still a very high level player, very strong along with RyanGosling. These two duo queue together a lot. We've got Woofles also appearing in these top ranked lobbies very often along with Kazumo. Impuniti from Shroud X, Skier from Magnets, Billion from 100 Thieves, that's the substitute, and Hogz, the X-Tank player for Sentinels. I don't believe they've been announced for a new team yet, but there's always time. Starting off, Captain America and the Rocket Raccoon being banned. The two characters who have really jumped up in terms of priority since the release of the season have been Rocket Raccoon and the Human Torch. Although Rocket Raccoon was seeing a fair amount of play in the last season, but this is a whole new level. Final bad's going to be Emma Frost and Groot, taking out two of the big high-priority tanks here. Magneto and Groot have been the two big numbers here. Venom's been seeing a lot of play. And, of course, Emma Frost, the new character, has been really jumping up in priority. The Hulk as a possible option here for the side of the blue team, Impuniti, looking to bring that in for that new Namor team-up. We haven't seen too much of it. And Jirot seems to be wanting to try and drive their team towards potentially a Doctor Strange play. Get that team up with the Scarlet Witch. Looks like that might not be happening, though, as they are currently solo Vanguard, and I doubt they will be allowed to get away with that, as it were. Although, Window is at least hovering the Strange. We'll see if it makes it out the door. For now, ladies and gentlemen, let's introduce our players. On the left-hand side, in the blue trunks, it is going to be TimTheTatman, not the real one, on the Magneto. I'm on the wrong level. There we go. Woofles is going to be on the Invisible Woman. Kazumo is playing Psylocke. RyanGosling on that Namor. I'm going to pronounce this one wrong. qiqixuxu. They're going to be playing the Lunar Snow. Impuniti is on Joe Fixit, I think is the name of the character, playing the Incredible Hulk. And on the right, Hogz playing the Mantis here. Billion starting off on the Black Widow, who's actually seeing a little bit more play this season, but it might just be to try and break the early siege, try and prevent people from hiding around the corner here. Jirot is starting off on that Scarlet Witch, trying to siege on in with the Strange team up. Breezennn will be playing the Spider-Man. Skier is on the Lunar Snow, and Window solo tanking to start us off here on Doctor Strange. Trying to push on in. RyanGosling, a lot of pressure is going to be on them here, but taken out here. Billion, seeing static defenses, says absolutely not, and is burning through everyone here. Kazumo falls, Window doing a great job here. RyanGosling swapping off of the Namor onto the Hawkeye to try and zone away here. Jirot sieging in for the moment. Team up available again in 15 seconds. as RyanGosling takes out Breezennn, who was on the flank there. Impuniti pushing in. Remember, Scarlet Witch doesn't have that percentage damage anymore, but still does do a fair amount of damage. Up to the high ground, gonna go for the slow descent. Big dive onto the Hawkeye. Eats a single shot though. Forced to phase and will get focused down and taken out. A little bit too aggressive there. TimTheTatman drives them back, and blue team will be able to hold, especially with those shots from RyanGosling. Defense held at point number 1 by blue team. 82 meters, 93 centimeters currently. Can the red team make their way back in here? There's always a chance of a portal bomb. Still a good combo. Jirot once again going in for flanks here. Immediately into the backline with the helmet. A spectacular spin from the Spider-Man. Here comes the Reality Eraser. Picked off by the Media M though to wipe him mid-air and prevent that ultimate. And blue team cleaned them up again. Spider-Man is out of there. The card will be held. That was awesome. What a shutdown. Billion still on this Black Widow. Looking to try and get any pickups they can. Try and take out the static defenders. I might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that B is like the German letter that is just 2 S's in a row. Plasma burst coming in. RyanGosling taken out. And suddenly red team are hyper aggro. Here comes Dance of the Butterfly from blue team to try and turn this round. Impuniti is dropped down. And kazumo, unable to find any eliminations here, is going to get chased down pretty aggressively here. The entirety of blue team is in a full retreat right now, but Window may have got a little too aggressive here. They're going to pop back, retreat out. Fate of both worlds to try and secure the point here as Portal did come in to try and get it back into the point. RyanGosling with the Portal, making them 3 tanks right now. Hogz smash to try and buy time. This is very familiar. This is very familiar, this exact location from some of my earlier casts. Diving deep into the backline. Impuniti getting focused down, trying to just stay mobile, stay moving, force people off that point. But Spider-Man is so hard to lock down. Once again, onto the Invisible Woman, getting good damage. Invisible Boundary will have to be forced out. Here comes Reality Erasure in the doorway, blocked by the shield. Will pop banner down though. Taking out Bruce on the final hit. Media M from TimTheTatman. Here comes spectacular spin from Breezennn. It's not enough for the final blows though. Trying to get onto the Invisible Woman, pulling them out of the healing so that they can try and be taken out by the Lunarsnow, but Lunarsnow was able to back away to keep them topped up, and Andy to get back to the TimTheTatman to keep them going. And RyanGosling taken out through that Eye of Agamotto, Dance of the Butterfly to try and clean them out. Only finds Skier here. And Window is trying to hold, trying to buy time. Impuniti on the card. It's 2 meters away. Plasma Burst comes out to try and zone away. Shutting down that entranceway, but Window is dropping low, getting healed up slow but steady. Hogz trying to keep them up right here. Eye of Agamotto push back with the force push. Overtime is starting to tick down, does get kazumo Invisible Boundary coming down, which means Window is about to be out-sustained. Fate of both worlds, Wolverine diving onto the point to try and force them back. TimTheTatman to try and hold, to try and burst them. I can't see anything. RyanGosling on the Venom so that they can get back onto the point as well. Everyone's going quick rotation heroes so that they can get to the point quicker. Window is holding but forced off the point with the final stand. And it will be a hold at 0 points, 89 meters, 72 centimeters.
Time to switch things up, including which side you're on.
Nicely done. We will now be swapping sides. Blue team going in on the push. Impuniti going to be sticking with that Hulk. Nice swap off. Onto the Wolverine to just, once again, you're on the very last point. Force people off it. That's one of Wolverine's big strengths. Taking people where they are and taking them to where they don't want to be. Now, what are we going to see as potential swap arounds? TimTheTatman Having a lovely cup of
30
tea.
seconds before you attack.
We
Get
love to
ready.
see it. We are seeing a bit of a defensive swap around. We're still sticking with that triple duelist composition. But we're going with the Winter Soldier.
What the heck are you
ßillion, though,
talking about, kid?
still going to be sticking with that Black Widow. Hogz also sticking with the Jeff here. So they've got the Jeff Luna combo, but without a third strategist, which is the usual when we see Jeff being played. See if that works out. They've got a little bit of backline harassment. Try and make some space for ßillion. Hey, portal block.
To its destination.
Forced to head up to the high ground, setting that up for RyanGosling. Once again, go for a bit of a siege position. Not the best angle. I think it's too high. Yeah, it's not hitting anything. The portal's too high. It's not catching anyone. Yep. Let that go. Swap it out. Move on in. Siege it. Do the best you can. We'll get Breezennn for it, though. But a little bit unfortunate on that portal positioning. Not working out as much as they would like. Red team is getting absolutely hollowed out here. Hogz in full retreat, waiting for their team to make their way back in. Window gonna have portal when they return, but that's already rough because that is the finish line. The sieging coming in from Hogz, knowing that they had the ability to get out of danger quickly. Now it's up to Breezennn to maybe touch that point to buy time. Window, I guess, only portal to block the hole. They don't have portal to reinforce, so their own quick rotations. Hogz swapping to the Human Torch to try and arrive quickly, but there's the Punisher on the cleanup. TimTheTatman driving it in. Breezennn, Spider-Man trying to hold, but the card is moving in. It's right on the line here. Everyone is just rushing in as fast as they can to try and buy time, to try and touch the point. In comes Window. Breezenn's hold it. They've been able to drive them back. Blue team has been taken out. And that cart will slowly retreat back to 3 meters away from that finish line. TimTheTatman holding the line. ßillion still sieging in. Keeping them distracted, keeping them busy. Triple duelist for the blue team as well now. Trying to just rush in. If you can eliminate them fast enough, you can get them before the respawn happens. One of the few times when this is viable. Try to pressure in. Breezennn, isolation onto the Invisible Woman with the team up from Venom. And they are taken out. Forced onto the point. TimTheTatman trying to hold the line. RyanGosling taking out Window and pushing on in. Gets jirot. They're stuck in the choke point, but they got to make their way back to this point. Oh, the Proteus. Spectacular spin, but Aquatic Blessing will zone it away. See you later, Spider-Man. They've got to swing back in. Spider-Man, it's up to you. No, will not reach in time. And that is going to be the 1-0. In what was quite a fast game.
Another epic victory.
RyanGosling will take MVP. A very fun game. A little bit of a quicker one, but a very fun one. We saw a little bit more flexibility from the blue team, playing more Vanguards for the majority of the game, only swapping to all in on damage at the very last moment when they just needed to push that extra 3 meters. You can see that shows that the damage blocked 20k, almost 20k, 11k. Kept it pretty spread out here. 9k even for RyanGosling. Then you look on the other side, 28k for Window, who was essentially the only tank for the entire game. ßillion, 4k, 3k, 6k, 5k. It was just very spread out here. Let's look at those statistics. Top eliminations, 21, with the most final hits being 13. RyanGosling earning that MVP. Least amount of times getting eliminated, TimTheTatman with 2. And Woofles also with 2, able to hold down the line. Even with ßillion, landing quite a few eliminations, getting 6 total, getting some pretty decent damage, and being that good harasser, they just weren't able to capitalize on them here. Top damage, not a huge amount more. There's like 3-4 people with 11k here. 1 with 12, but only 1 with 13. jirot takes the most damage done here with 13k. Top damage blocks, of course, it's going to be the solo tank player. It's going to be Window with 28k there, doing the best they could given the circumstances. And in the healing, it's pretty close. Hogz a little bit lower because they were Jeff for a little bit. But we got 19k, 21k, and 23k. Woofles, showing why they're in all of these high-level games, because they are pretty effective. 23k healing, working out very nicely. It's interesting to see just how these higher ranked lobbies are still vulnerable to some of the same issues. Obviously, there are situations where those triple duelist compositions will work out, but again, it's flexibility that is going to be what can sometimes take you to victory. Of course, one player can carry if you've got someone who's really incredible, but the flexibility of adjusting their composition, swapping two strangers to portal in, just making sure that they have the mobility to just get people onto the board whenever possible, to rotate in as fast as possible, to make sure that they all still have their main healers and they kept everyone upright. We did just see a little bit more flexibility from Blue Team, and as such, they were able to claim victory on this day. For now, though, I hope you've all enjoyed. Thank you very much for watching. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Become a member if you want to help support this channel, or hit that thanks button if a monthly subscription isn't for you, because literally everything is a subscription. I provide all my videos for free, just a little bit early to the viewers who choose to become members. I refuse to paywall anything. Everything I make is available to the public for free. He says, and is going to get a Netflix show in the future or something like that, because they'll give anyone a show these days. Netflix, hit me up. I'm available. Alright, but yeah, follow me on my socials. Try to look for more stuff in the future. I do this because I love it, but being able to afford groceries is nice. So any support you can give, either by liking or commenting, and commenting, subscribing to help me grow as a channel in the algorithm, becoming a member to support directly, slashing the thanks button for the same reason, or as simple as watching without your ad blocker on or with YouTube Premium is a serious help, because I get ad money. That is the majority of the money I get. I get, like, from the money I earn, like, less than 10% of it is from members. All the rest is going to be from, just from YouTube ads. So, appreciated everyone who is able to help with that by watching without your ad block, because I try to fit in as few ads as possible. For now, though, I have been Tetcher. I hope you all enjoy. Be sure to help us get to that 5,000 subs. Share the video with your friends who like Marvel Rivals. Share the, if you see someone who only plays damage dealers and refuses to swap to tank or healers, send them this video and see if they learn a lesson. Thank you all very much for watching, and I will see you all tomorrow.